Hello and welcome to the video. In this one, we're going to be doing a paint job for Shawn over at the Scale Metal Car Guy channel. He wanted some paint jobs from me, so we worked out a trade. I got some kits and bits. He's going to get a couple of cool paint jobs, and this here in front of us is going to be one of them. I pretty much left all of the paintwork decisions up to me, other than he did mention he liked the candy green of one of my projects. So this one here is going to get some of that candy green, at least someplace, somewhere, maybe the whole thing. Haven't totally decided at this point, but we're getting close to kind of priming. This is obviously already in primer. It came to me that way. It came to Shawn that way. Not sure which primer this is. I'm thinking it's a Rust-Oleum. It's kind of a gummy primer, but I've already done some body work on it. As you can see, used what I could of that primer, and we'll get my primer on it, so I kind of know where we're starting with. But we'll go over the parts here in a second, just kind of show you what we're working with, and then move into the paint section. Might as well start off with this body. Again, cleaning up kind of what the previous person did. Again, Shawn got it this way with this chop top. So we're going to do some cool lead sled type paint work on it. I did decide to shave the door handles. Got to have a custom with cool shaved door handles. The chop was pretty rough back here, so I've been doing a lot of body work, cleaning that all up, getting that smoothed out. Again, shave the handles on this side. Try to straighten as much of this out as I could. Again, the A-pillars. This is kind of a wedge chop where you just kind of lay the windshield back, cleaning up all of the pillars for the most part, cleaning up some of these lines, scribing this out, because this was pretty much all filled with this primer when I got it, but I think we got her pretty smooth and ready to go, at least for my primer, and then we can kind of go from there. Hood was pretty decent. Obviously didn't do too much to it with the chop on the we got the skirts, just got those kind of sanded, ready to go. Nothing to speak out there. We got a steering wheel. We've got some wheels that came with it. We might clean those up a little bit more, or just find another set that we can paint along with it, so we can at least send him. He's not sure how he's going to build it. I'll just paint what I can, let him decide on the rest. I don't think we're going to do anything with the interior. Maybe I'll prime it and give him a color to work with, and he can detail it. Again, not sure on that. I started cleaning up the seats that came with it. As you can see, got a lot of tire burns in it, so can't really work with that too well for the interior. So I dug through my stash. I did scrounge up a couple more seats so we can get these cleaned up a little bit more and send along with him. If he wants to use those, he can make the decision, but we're just worried about the paint. We got the front end, smoothed everything up there, getting it ready for primer. Of course, cleaning up all the flash and imperfections. Dash will get painted along with the body. Same with the rear pan, just getting that all prepped and ready to go. We got another set of wheels. We can always paint if he wants to use those. Run some dog dishes. Cleaned up some of the glue marks where it was kind of glued together. We'll give that a little bit more sanding on the gas tank and go from there. But I think we are ready for primer, and we'll see you after that. And now, as you can see, we're after the priming stage. Nothing rich to talk about. Just put a light coat on the chassis. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. Might get a little body color along the side. We're missing some of the suspension stuff, so I really can't do a whole lot on the chassis portion. Got a nice coat on the seats, so we can get some color on those after the body. Same with the dash. That will be likely body color. All the other exterior parts, the hood, that's all looking nice. We did see that the sides are all looking pretty good, but we still got even more work yet to do on this chop portion to clean up, especially on the inside. May even have to try to rescribe that window a little bit, give it a little more definition back, but otherwise pretty good. So I'll have to do some body work or sanding there, get that cleaned up. Maybe have to re-prime now with that roof. We are priming with the Mr. Hobby Mr. Finishing Surfacer 1500 gray. I was hoping not to have to sand too much, but here's what it is. Creates a nice smooth background layer for us, especially for things like this interior that we're just going to put another color over it. We're not really worried about bodywork. Always remember to paint your bottoms because it will show through on some things. So that's one thing we'll have to remember to paint up. With that, we'll get some more bodywork done on that roof, get it reprimed, and the next time you'll see it, we'll have some color on it. And just like that, we're back with another segment. Even though it's been a little bit for me, it's been an instant for you guys. Again, since the last one, I think we still had some body work to do. Cleaned up the back window. Got that rescribed, cleaned up, so it's got a nice definition going around there from where it was chopped and repaired. And then just kind of clean up all of the other body work necessary. We're working on the pickups and some other projects in between. So again, it's been a minute for me, been a second for you guys. So again, we are working on a Winfield Style Fade. I absolutely love Winfield paint jobs, his fades. I love Watson style paint jobs with the panels and lace stuff. Again, we're kind of doing both for Shawn. We got a fade on the car. We're doing panels on the pickup. So again, I'm just giving you some behind the scenes looks without showing you every step, but hopefully you guys can kind of see how every step develops. So if you want to try to replicate something yourself or just curious of how it came about, this is the way you can. We've done other videos showing different styles of fades. We've done other candy style paint jobs with the camo paint jobs, kind of showing you how to manipulate with different colors and metallics, kind of like what we're doing here, where the other candy fade was just using the candy itself to kind of alter that fade. So again, multiple ways to do it. I love custom painting because it's just kind of as the imagination happens. There's no exact science to it. It doesn't have to be. Just let your imagination run, and that's the funnest part. But again, looking at this guy, we've done silver. That is Tester's Extreme Lacquer Diamond Dust. One of my favorite silvers for doing custom. It's got a lot of like dance and glitter without being too large and over flaky for the scale. It's not quite lowrider flake, but it still dances in the light. Gives it a really nice look. And then we've done kind of the white highlight, and that is pearl white, so we'll still get some sparkle and shine off that highlight. We've done that highlight down the side as well. And then we've also added some gold. Gold under candies gives a warmer kind of a glow effect, where the colder colors like the silver and white will have a brighter kind of punch. So we should get some nice effects. We'll get some pop down the center and then just get a kind of a glow around the top. And you can kind of see it already just between the silver and this gold. Kind of just brings in a little different tones. We've even added some just on the bottom, again, to keep that fade kind of rolling throughout the car. Winfield fades are kind of a balance between fading and almost striping as he does his. Again, you don't have to copy everything exactly and do your own thing. So again, done just the same on the frame. Not sure how Shawn will paint this up. I mean, he can just paint it all black if he wants to. He doesn't have anything else for this. But again, we just kind of copied the exact same that we did on the top. On the bottom, we got that white center, gold tones on the outer. Again, this should blend in to those lower rockers. Same thing with the dash. Nothing fancy. We got kind of that highlight down the center. Golds on the edges. Again, similar to some other fade paint jobs I did on a 50 Ford, but we're just doing it in a little different fashion, a little more kind of traditional Winfield, I guess. But we can manipulate, again, those fading with the candies now by layering it with more or less candy layers. And that'll give you, more intense colors as we go. So again, we'll try to get this to kind of dance and roll through a whole bunch of highlights and shadows, and it should turn out pretty cool. Again, you guys already probably know what it looks like, and I'm still just picturing it in my head. So again, off to the paint booth, and we'll see you in a minute. And now we're obviously after paint. I did goof and miss a segment right after paint and clear coat because I have now gone and done some more steps. I have wet sanded the clear coat. That's pretty much how I do all of my custom paint jobs, especially with anything with tape lines. Get everything cleared, you wet sand everything flat, and then hit it with a finished clear coat to hide any tape lines, or just giving it a nice finish. Almost all of my models, lots of my bike paint jobs and stuff like that are just wet sanded, re-cleared, and that's the way they are. There's no orange peel. Maybe you have to hit a dirt spot or two if anything shows up, but generally all of my models are just as sprayed when they're finished. I hate buffing, so that's one way for me to avoid it and create a really nice finish. Again, we'll go over the candy coats and everything that I did once we get another clear on there where you can kind of see all the colors and stuff going on. But after we wet sanded everything flat, we went and bare metal foiled everything. We got the side trim and the window trims, and of course the other side trim done. Kind of you get a nice flat surface with the clear coat on there to bare metal foil. Then we can seal it in with another clear coat, and you shouldn't have to ever worry about that chrome again. Just another thing that I've kind of picked up and enjoyed doing. Gives it a nice finish, I think, in my opinion. But can't wait to see this with the finished clear coat on. I think it's going to look pretty spectacular, and we'll see that in just a second. Alrighty, here we are, final segment of the video, kind of my final lap with this project before I hand it off to Shawn. So if you want to see more on this project, see it get wrapped up, make sure you're following him on his channel over at the Scale Model Car Guy channel. So I'm looking forward to that, seeing what kind of details he adds to it, what his finishing touches are, and we see that wrapped up whenever it does come about. You guys may have even seen this debuted on his channel already. Again, I wanted to hold my video until he got to see his projects in person before I revealed them on camera. So again, you guys may have already seen this reveal. If not, here we go. Let's take a look at this. I think it turned out really nice. It's a really fun looking project, just as I kind of envisioned. Really cool Winfield Style Fade. That clear, re-clear, I don't know what else to say. It just turns out absolutely beautiful, in my opinion. Just crystal clear finish, little to no issues. Orange peel. There is some dirt or weird stuff in the hood that I'll have to clean up. I don't know if I can even get those to show up on camera. They're pretty small, like micro fish eyes or something going on there. A couple of little spots I have to clean up, which is unfortunate because there's just something about that untouched clear that has just such clarity to that no matter how much you polish it, you're still kind of disturbing that finish coat. But I think it'll still turn out really beautiful in the end. Look forward to him finishing this one up. Again, we'll go over more on the colors. Just want to kind of let you guys see all the angles. Again, some of my favorite colors to paint are these colors that you really have to move around in order to see, such as candies and color shifts. May not always look the same on camera as they do in person. Again, you can see the reflection of my shirt in the background. Turned out really clean. No buffing or polishing yet. Again, we'll just have to hit some dirt nibs. I think there's a spot on the trunk too. I don't know if I can get it to even show up. They're pretty small, so it'll be just a quick little nib and cleaned up and passed along down the road for Shawn to clean these up. Again, we'll just hit it with some more colors or more lighting. See if we can get just to kind of highlight all the shades that you do see in this. You really get those darker tones depending on the light, which is really cool, I think. Obviously, really bright in the light. See all the metallics dancing. I love that diamond dust. It has the right amount of metallic, in my opinion. A lot of kind of dance and sparkle without getting too flaky. So there it is. Again, you'll see more of this guy on Shawn's channel as he gets to it, whenever that will be. No hurry for that, but I'm sure he'll be excited. Hopefully, we'll take a look under the hood. Just left that in that silver, just for a little contrast under the hood. So let me pop these lights back on here, and we'll take a look at the rest of the parts that I did. Okay, I think we regained focus after the lighting change. we'll throw that guy out there. Again, we'll take a look at the other parts that we painted. Again, we painted up the frame and floor pan, did the fade work under there. We'll let him decide how he wants to proceed. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that it was missing this cross member until I was already painting. Again, you can paint it black or chrome or something like that, and it'll be just fine. Or you can paint this whole underside black for all I care. Once it's in his hands, he can do whatever he likes with his projects. I was thinking about doing up the interior with some colors, but after getting these colors on, I realized that there's a variety of colors he could go with, so I will leave that up to him. It's primed and ready to go for whatever he likes. Like, I think the browns or tan leathers would look good in there, or just more green or silver or pearl white, whatever fancies him. He can decide. A couple other pieces. We did the skirts if he wants to do those. Again, we have the rear pan. We added the fade onto the pan as well as the front nose. Just see some of that highlight there. Give you a little taste of how it might look when it's wrapped up with the front pans on there. And then again, I think we showed the dash. Did the fade work on the dash. Looking good under the clear coat. Really happy with the way this one turned out. Pretty excited to see it finished up, how he decides to detail it out. And the last thing we can talk about is just a recap of the paints. Again, we started with the Diamond Dust from Testors Extreme Lacquers. That was kind of its full-bodied color. And then we decanted a little bit of TS45 Pearl White to do the highlighting, like the stripes down the side and center. And then we did do a little bit of gold, and we did that gold with the Wicked Colors, Wicked Metallic Gold. I really like this gold. It has a really strong but warm kind of tone to it, pretty intense, but nice color there. So we got the 3 undercolors, and then we topped it off with some candy, which is the Createx Candy 2.0 Emerald Green. There it is. Emerald Green was the kind of main candy that we use. We didn't just stick with that candy. We mixed a batch with just the straight emerald. Then we mixed a batch with a couple drops of the marine blue to give it the darker colors. That's where you're seeing up here on the roof is when we mixed in that blue to give it kind of more of that shadowing colors. And then we mixed up another batch with the emerald green and the Candy 2.0 lemon yellow to get a little bit of a lighter yellow or yellower green, which we did again along the highlights, kind of where we did that gold, a little bit lighter colors there. So again, we did 3 undercolors, 3 different candy colors, blended them all together, kind of an infinite twist and turns of the greens, which again, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Really great fade work on there. So again, thanks Shawn for giving me this project. Really fun. I can't wait to see it wrapped up and on the shelf. So with that, make sure you're following Shawn. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to see anything else, please leave your comments down below. And with that, we'll see you next time.